betrayed, left for dead. Now he's back, and nothing will stop his revenge. A former hitman is forced out of hiding after his ruthless brother murders his family. With every bone-crushing fight and explosive showdown, he inches closer to vengeance. But in a world where trust is a death sentence, can he survive long enough to finish what he started? Prepare for an adrenaline-fueled ride through betrayal, redemption, and brutal justice as we dive deep into a film that doesn't just deliver high-octane action. It brings a gripping, emotional story of revenge. The movie opens in the dark underworld of Barcelona, a city pulsing with danger and corruption. The camera takes us through a series of gritty crime scenes, illegal dealings, violent confrontations, and power struggles that hint at the chaos brewing beneath the surface. At the center of this criminal empire is Maximo, a feared and respected hitman who serves as the right hand of Ricardo, the crime boss who rules with an iron fist. Maximo is more than just an enforcer. He's a warrior, a strategist, and a man of honor, someone who lives by a strict code. But where there is power, there is ambition. Enter Lucero, Ricardo's son, brash, impulsive, and ruthless. Unlike Maximo, who values discipline, Lucero is reckless and dangerous, always looking for the fastest way to the top, even if it means spilling blood unnecessarily. Early in the film, we see Maximo and Lucero working together on a high-stakes assassination. The target? A rival cartel boss. The execution is swift and brutal. Maximo moves like a ghost, eliminating guards with expert precision, while Lucero recklessly slaughters his way through. This scene is important because it shows the contrast between the two. Maximo is calculated while Lucero is chaotic. After the mission, Maximo pulls Lucero aside, warning him that his carelessness will bring problems. But Lucero, blinded by his own arrogance, laughs it off, showing the first signs that he is willing to betray even those closest to him. And then, the inevitable happens. Lucero decides he's done waiting. One night, he stages a bloody coup, murdering his own father in cold blood and seizing control of the empire. But one obstacle remains: Maximo. Lucero, knowing that his former mentor is too dangerous to be left alive, sends a team of assassins to eliminate him. The attack is merciless. Maximo is ambushed in his own home, where he is spending time with his young son, Mateo. The peaceful night turns into a nightmare as Lucero's men storm in, guns blazing. Maximo fights with everything he has, turning his home into a battleground. The fight choreography is intense and realistic. We see him use the environment to his advantage, smashing enemies into walls, dodging bullets, and disarming opponents with lightning-fast moves. But despite his skill, he is outnumbered. And then, the unthinkable happens. Mateo, his innocent son, is gunned down before his eyes. Time seems to stand still as Maximo watches his child's lifeless body collapse to the floor. The camera lingers on his expression, a mix of pain, rage, and disbelief. Lucero himself steps forward, standing over his former mentor. Without hesitation, he plunges a knife into Maximo's side, twisting it slowly, savoring the moment. Maximo collapses, bleeding out, as Lucero walks away with Maria, taking her as his prisoner. Somehow, Maximo survives. He disappears into hiding, spending the next 2 years recovering and training. But this isn't just about survival. It's about preparing for war. During this time, he meets Leo, a troubled teenager on the edge of criminal life. Leo reminds him of Mateo, stirring a protective instinct within him. He takes the boy under his wing, teaching him discipline, combat, and survival skills, lessons that go beyond just fighting. Meanwhile, Maria is still trapped under Lucero's rule, forced to act as his informant. She plays along, waiting for the right moment to escape. Despite Maximo's guidance, Leo gets involved with Lucero's gang, unknowingly walking into the same world that destroyed Maximo's life. Maximo realizes he can't wait any longer. With Maria's help, he launches his plan, dismantling Lucero's criminal empire piece by piece. Each encounter is more intense than the last. Bone-breaking brawls, knife fights, and gun battles that showcase Maximo's lethal efficiency. Lucero, now aware that Maximo is alive, sends his best assassins after him. The action in this segment is brutal and relentless. We get to see Maximo fight through. A deadly ambush in a warehouse where he takes down multiple enemies using only a knife. A brutal underground club fight where he faces a towering enforcer in a no-rules brawl, and a high-speed chase sequence, leading to an intense hand-to-hand combat scene inside a moving vehicle. With every bone-crushing battle, Maximo gets closer to his target. With Lucero's empire crumbling, Maximo finally tracks him down to his heavily guarded fortress-like headquarters, a modern but cold penthouse filled with bodyguards, weapons, and reminders of Lucero's rise to power. As Maximo approaches, the tension is at its peak. This isn't just another fight. It's the culmination of years of betrayal, pain, and loss. Maximo doesn't sneak in. He walks straight through the front door, a silent challenge to anyone in his way. Alarms blare, guards rush in, and the battle begins. The first wave of henchmen attacks. Maximo fights with sheer precision and brutality. The scene is fast and unforgiving, with tight choreography that makes every strike feel impactful. In a hallway sequence, Maximo uses the environment, slamming enemies into walls, flipping a knife from a fallen guard and using it to take down the next attacker. Lucero watches on security cameras, amused but also slightly unnerved. He knows Maximo is coming, but he welcomes it. Maximo fights his way to the top floor, his body bruised and bloodied, but his determination unshaken. Lucero stands at the center of the room, dressed in a sleek black suit, his demeanor cocky but hiding a flicker of fear. Maximo doesn't waste words. He lunges forward, fists flying. The fight is not a fast, stylish battle. It is raw, ugly, and personal. Lucero is skilled, having trained under the same brutal conditions as Maximo, but he fights with rage instead of discipline. Maximo is controlled, focused. He anticipates Lucero's moves, countering his wild strikes with precise, devastating blows. The fight spills into different rooms, crashing through furniture, slamming into glass walls, knocking over expensive decor. At one point, Lucero grabs a knife and slashes Maximo's arm, drawing blood. But instead of slowing down, Maximo uses the pain to fuel his attacks. As Lucero staggers back, exhausted and realizing he's losing, panic sets in. Maximo delivers one final earth-shattering punch that sends Lucero crashing to the floor. Gasping, blood pooling around him, Lucero tries to crawl away, but Maximo grabs him by the collar, forcing him to face his inevitable fate. With a final deadly strike, Maximo ends Lucero once and for all. The fight is over. The war is won. But the pain still lingers. By the end, Maximo doesn't celebrate. He walks away not as a hero, but as a man who has finally closed a chapter of pain. It's a powerful ending that leaves us questioning the true cost of revenge. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.